welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to run through phase 3 and phase 4 of my ankle rehab series. So, like I said in my last video, I did sprain my ankle while I was running. I have been doing some rehab to get back into running, and I'm finally kind of there. So, here's what I've been doing. Now, it's important before you go to phase 3, you want to make sure all ranges of movement that you can do during phase 1 and phase 2 are pain-free, there's no swelling, there's no bruising, and you can walk on it with no problem, okay? So what I've been doing while doing the rehab that I'm going to show you, I've also been walking as much as possible, so really started off slow with like 2K walks and increasing it to increase my mileage. So now my mileage is actually at a pretty good level, which is what I want to have before I now start to load the joint and the tissue with not just walking, but with running. So now let's move on to the rehab stuff. The first exercise is going to be a variation on the single leg stance, but this time I'm going to be using a kettlebell, going into a deadlift position, and passing the kettlebell back and forth between my two hands. Now you'll notice that I did lose my balance. That's all right. Just put your foot down and go back into the position. Ensure that you're not hiking your hip on one side, your hips are staying as level as possible. Next, I'm going to be grabbing a pillow. This can be a cushion from your couch or just one of those little throw pillows. I'm going to use the cushion from the couch. I'm going to climb on and I'm going to be doing my squats. The cushion just adds a little bit of dynamic stability, so it's a little bit of an unstable surface, so it's going to activate more of those ankle stabilizing muscles. As always, proper squat form does apply. The next exercise is going to still be using that same cushion, but I'm going to be doing reverse lunges off of it. You'll notice that when I come up from the lunge, I really focus on that power drive. This is just a transition or a drill that I'm using to transition back into running. So it's more of a sport-specific drill. Now you'll probably recognize this exercise from the first video. This is just a standard single leg stance, but I'm making it a little bit more difficult with the added cushion. This again will result in a more unstable surface, which will encourage the muscles that surround the ankle to stabilize the ankle, or that stabilize the ankle, to be a little bit more active. Again, I'm using a kettlebell here just to add a little bit more difficulty. As you can see, it is a little difficult for me. I do have to touch my foot down a couple of times. The next exercise is again a single leg stance, but this time I'm going to be doing calf raises. I only do 4 here, but you're aiming to do about 10. If doing them without assistance is too difficult, you are able to grab an object. For me, I'm using the bookshelf. Now for phase 4 specifically, this is where you're adding in more plyometrics and sport-specific training. So for me, I'm doing jump squats and jump lunges. Now form is very key, so if this is difficult for you guys, take your breaks. As you can see, I did, and I was dying. So anyway, that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and click subscribe, and be sure to check back in on Thursday.